just for the beginning of this podcast, I'd just like to say rest in peace to Craig and Gyark. Because you're fucking useless.
You're fired.
Fire. Okay, but seriously though. Do you know what sucks ass?
What's up?
Fucking Bluetooth. I fucking
Yeah.
hate it in vehicles. It's the best technology. It's so convenient, but holy shit. Randomly, like in the Mercedes Sprinter that I use for work, it'll just randomly quit. Like my phone will just disconnect. It's once in a blue moon, and then it just won't.
Yeah.
It won't reconnect, and it won't do anything. And I'll try to forget the device, like I'll unpair them, and then I go on the screen to unpair them. It's like no, it's like this is gonna take 10 years, and I had to restart my whole audio system just to get this damn thing to work. And I'm
Weird.
like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And it happened in the Isuzu too, the other vehicle. The Bluetooth would randomly, sometimes like my phone just wouldn't connect, so I have to disconnect.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. That happens to me in my car, dude.
Oh.
But mine connects like my old phone. It was a Google 3.
Yeah.
Pixel 3, and yeah, that phone. It would just fucking 5. It was my 5. 3 I had no problems with, but 5, oh my gosh, man!
Just
Have music going, and then it would stop. It would lose connection, and I would never get the connection back unless I pulled over to the side of the road, turned off the vehicle, and then let the electronic cycle get out of the vehicle.
Yeah,
like there's that state where it
you have to
kind of
open
leaves
your
it.
door or whatever.
Yeah, but even when you shut your door, there's still like electronics that are still happening in the background. So you gotta let it like kind of die down, which takes a minute.
Oh yeah.
And then you start up the vehicle to kind of recycle everything back up. And then but to this day, even with the Pixel 6, I run into that issue. But at least the car or the phone, whatever it is, it's able to find its connection back. But it sometimes, out of nowhere, it'll be like a random 30 seconds to like 2 minutes where I won't have Bluetooth in the middle of driving.
So my point is, for the intro, fix your fucking Bluetooth in your vehicles. Jesus Christ. It's 2022. Welcome everybody to Not Rich Just Bored episode 16. It's our Sweet 16 special. We're going to be getting Malibu Stacy convertibles, and we're going to be driving pink Corvettes down the streets.
Perfect.
No, all I got for my Sweet 16 was a razor blade.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
What, for shaving? What did you think?
Shaving, of course.
Yeah. What did you think?
Well, I was thinking shaving too. I was like, wow, you're 16. Okay.
Actually, do you want to know why I shaved for the first time? I was so nervous to shave, and I just had this dirty fucking fuzzy mustache. And do you want to know why I shaved? Because because the fucking substitute industrial arts teacher basically made fun of me in front of the whole class when I was in high school. Oh my
God!
He's like, he legitimately, he's like, what's that? He's like, it looks like you got a peach growing on your upper lip there. What's going on?
Oh my God!
He's like, get rid of that shit. And he actually talked like that, like legit. He was kind of a crazy person, but he was a substitute. I feel like most substitute teachers are a little off their rocker. I mean, no offense to substitute teachers out there, but it's true because it's not their regular class, so they don't give a shit. You know.
I had a substitute named Mr. Crispy.
Okay, now lead into the joke. I know you're fucking around.
Well, so he the one day, like his first day or whatever, we had him. He didn't pronounce my last name right. He said ho, right ho. And that was the first time that anyone's ever said that. And of course, younger class. This is grade 4 or 5, maybe. And anyways, everyone's just laughing, right? And like I got mad. Like usually I'm pretty chill, but I remember I was getting upset, and because he kind of chuckled, and I'm like, "Oh, you think that's funny? Your last name's based off of a dried up cookie."
Fuck. Doctor,
Yeah,
is it Christy or Crispy?
crispy.
Well, if it isn't Curious Crispy,
Yeah,
that's what you should have said.
yeah,
Dylan would have done that. He would have walked up to him like Clown from Spawn,
yeah.
and then you would have been like, "You were at my birthday party." No, duh. Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, no more substitute teachers anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the first thing I wanted to bring up was it's kind of a smaller thing, but it's just kind of funny to me. Uh, the official YouTube channel of Not Rich Just Bored, we got our first strike, community guidelines strike. Yay!
Ooh.
Oh my god, it's just bullshit, man. It was episode
Yeah.
11, which was my lone wolf. That was my first episode alone, and and I don't. Obviously, not many people watch, so I don't think it was a manual report, but I think it was literally a bot that reported me because in the description I used Joe Rogan. Like I put his name in the description because I was talking about him in that episode, and I was talking about the cancel culture thing, which is so ironic that they took down that video. But yeah, I was talking about the cancel culture in that episode. And I literally think that they just took that video down because it had the word Joe Rogan. They probably have an algorithm that if you put that in your description, they'll take you down.
So did you fight it?
Yeah, well, I said basically it says, yeah, you can either accept a strike or you can, if you think it was unjust or unfair, then you can do a counterclaim, and then basically you click that, and then YouTube will probably get back to you in fucking 7 to 10 years. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I haven't heard
So
anything.
now we're. Oh, okay. Well, either way.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna just accept it. I'm not just gonna
No.
take it lying down. I'm not just gonna take it in a keister like a dog. But that's the thing, though. I'm not gonna take it like that. I'm gonna fight for my right because that's bullshit. And the reason it got taken down, like the actual, like, because they have to have like a reason, like slander, racism. The reason for my takedown was it said medical misinformation, and that's why I think it's the Joe Rogan thing. Because I literally, I didn't even talk about vaccines. I didn't talk about anything related to medical stuff. I literally just talked about the Joe Rogan cancellation thing, but I'm guessing his name is again related to the whole cancellation thing. Like, and anything with his name in it probably automatically gets put under medical misinformation because they're trying to stop. It really is rough. Like they're trying to stop the dumpster fire, but they're the ones that ultimately created it. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so that sucks. And yeah, if I did get 2 or 3 of them, then I wouldn't be able to upload to YouTube. So luckily, Spotify's cool. Anchor's cool.
Yeah.
All those guys are awesome. I mean, Anchor's owned by Spotify now, but so they're the same entity, so of course they're cool.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I really don't give a shit in the end. Like, whatever. I just use YouTube for the reach, and I just think it's convenient because some people like to listen to podcasts on YouTube in the background. So I just use the media because it's there, and it's another option for our listeners, to choose that. Some people don't have Spotify, they don't have Apple Podcasts, Google Play, any of that. So it's just another option. So if YouTube wants to deprive the listeners, Well, fuck, that's on their conscience, not mine.
Yeah.
For false claims like that, that's ridiculous. But anyways,
Yeah, man. It's wild.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. But yeah. So moving on from that, uh, the other thing that I was gonna bring up, which maybe you could weigh in because I don't know, I think it's kind of stupid, but there's a bunch of Elden Ring YouTubers right now, which is pretty
Okay.
obvious because Elden Ring is like the hugest game ever right now. So there's a bunch of
Yep.
people that are literally Elden Ring YouTubers, and that's all they do pretty much is that content. And
Yep.
there's I was watching a couple of videos because I was stuck on this one puzzle, and there's a bunch of these guys, and I noticed they're actually sponsored. Like their video was sponsored, and
Yep.
it was sponsored by a rune farm. Like like you know how runes are the currency and what you level up with in the game.
Okay.
That there's literally websites where you can buy those runes like
How do
cheap.
you?
I
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how it works because I don't use that shit. But I imagine it's just like buying gold in World of Warcraft or anything else, right? It's just they basically get it to you in game somehow. I'm not exactly sure how those scams work because again, I've never used them. But I just think it's fucking it's I don't know. To me, that's weird. Like you're literally you're you're doing content about a game, and your sponsor is literally a person that's helping people cheat at the game. I
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. It's the same
Yeah.
with Diablo. It's the same with Diablo 2 YouTubers that have like those item like auction houses that are sponsoring them. It's like
The Yeah, and actually an interesting thing. I saw a thing yesterday from a buddy that apparently there's I don't know if it's a mod or something, but there's like an
Mic off.
easy, they call it, I think it's like easy mode for Elden Ring.
Mic on.
oh yeah.
So it's I don't know how it works. I never really looked into it, but I assume what it is just dials the enemies down or something like that. Just for like some people that just want to enjoy Elden Rings for the more for the map, I guess, sort
Right.
of thing, and not get destroyed. And I understand that it is part of the game, but like, oh man, I don't know. Like that game, I guess is just too hard for me.
Yeah.
It's just like you know, like you were playing it yesterday. There, I think it was yesterday. You were getting pretty frustrated with it,
Oh yeah.
but you were tired. You were tired, right? But
Oh
like that. But like the thing too, though, is that it took you like a pretty just from experience, from just us chatting back and forth. It took you a while before you got to that point of you're so frustrated that you decided just to say no more of Elden Ring for the night, right? Where me, it's like like the first 5 minutes of getting into the game, man. It's like it pisses me off. Like I I don't like it so sucks because like just like I spent and again I, I'll support the developers for it or whatever, but fuck, it just sucks that I spent $80 and like um I just don't enjoy the
Mic
game.
off.
And then the thing is that it's not like Steam, I guess, now has a 2 hour policy. I don't know. I feel like it used to be different. I thought it was like it used to be like 15 hours or something like that, but 2 hour policy to return it. And like, so I'm kind of stuck with this game now that like I'm beyond frustrated about. But like at the end of like I've gotten to a point now where I don't know. The last few years, you know, with this whole pandemic thing and how life has been. Yeah. The I've gotten to a point where games like I just don't care about like if the game makes me like frustrated and stuff, I don't want to play it. Like I'm there to just have a good, enjoyable experience, and Elden Ring does not give me that. It just makes me mad, and then you know, you know clearly because you hear me lose
Mic
my
on.
mind.
oh yeah, for sure.
D-Man's here.
Oh, a special guest on the podcast.
No, I don't want to join your holding hands section. Cody. I'm sorry, man.
Dude, I'm literally naked right now. Like, I'm cupping my balls right now. And that's not even a joke. I just want you on the podcast so bad.
He just wants you on the podcast, that's all.
Yeah, come on. From one scaly to another.
He's walked away.
Really? Fuck.
But yeah, it's just like I picked up that WWE game, 2K22, and that's been great. I've been really enjoying that. It's been a long time since I played a wrestling game too.
Actually, it's
But yeah,
it's funny because when I was watching you play it there, and
yeah,
and it looks pretty sweet. Like it looks like it's actually pretty well done. And I know Pat and Ian were talking about it on their podcast, and they were saying how like it's actually like a good game. And they're kind of out of wrestling now because
yeah.
they've just been, I don't know, they haven't really been happy with kind of how wrestling's been going lately, as a lot of people,
Fair.
as a lot of people have.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that's going right now is kind of the Brock Lesnar thing. I think a lot of people like that, but other than that,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot of pro wrestling things going on. And the last game was pretty fucking bad. What was
Oh,
it? Was
God.
it 2K21 where like
I think so, yeah.
John Cena's face was like morphing off his body and wrestlers
Oh yeah,
were,
stretching and shit.
yeah, they were falling through the ring. It looked like Rocky on the PlayStation.
Oh man, yeah. No, this game, yeah, I get a lot of like Raw versus SmackDown vibes. Like it's pretty good. I won't lie. It's really fun.
I don't know. I heard some frustration in your voice.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. Frustrated for sure. There's like weird things that I kind of wish that, because I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe my memory's, making a fool of me, but I feel like there was like, when you're down, you're stunned or whatever on the ground, you could button mash like X or something like that on the PlayStation controller, and then it would help like get you out of that stun. Like when in this game, like when you get knocked out, like I feel like now there's counters, right? Like if you can counter it properly, you could somehow figure out what the AI is going to do, then you can counter and get out of it. But like if they're stomping at you and you can't find that right button, then fuck, man, like you feel so useless, vulnerable.
Yeah. But it looked like they did a good stamina system where you can counter and do a special, and then your stamina kind of goes like it's like you take their stamina from them.
Yeah,
if you're in the red and then you do your special, you kind of go back to the green and then they go to the red. So I remember on the old one that we played on the GameCube, I can't remember what it's called for the life of me right now, but it was like you basically took body damage, and once all your body parts were at red, like you could there's no recovery. Once you went on the ground, you were down for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so that doesn't really that doesn't really happen in this one. Like you can get your characters, like they still have the body damage where it goes like yellow, orange, and red.
Right.
But yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore where you're in a coma.
Yeah, that's that was the worst about those games, because we'd always screw around as kids, and we'd try to like make the match last for as long as possible, just beat the shit out of the guys. But then it gets to a point where we have to end it because our guys are so beat up that if by some chance we land out of the ring or something, we'll literally get counted out because we can't get up within 20 seconds.
So there's a few different WWE wrestling games. There's Day of Reckoning, WrestleMania 14, Day of Reckoning 2, and WrestleMania 18.
Oh,
and then there's on the GameCube, right? You said?
Yes, yeah, that's the one
Yeah, yeah.
that was the last one I severely played before seeing this one that you're playing. I remember Kyle had one a while back on I think it was the Xbox 360. It was when the
Yeah.
Boogeyman was relevant because he was on there.
Yeah.
The Boogeyman. Remember the worm guy?
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
we enjoyed beating the fuck out of that guy because he was a creepy fuck. But oh,
Yeah.
wait, before you go on with that, I'm actually getting a caller.
You getting the collar.
Yeah, hold on. Just let me answer
Oh,
this real quick.
okay.
Yes, I am from Canada. I hunt things in Saskatchewan. I kill things in Saskatchewan. I eat things in Saskatchewan.
Oh. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Lesnar. That was a great call.
Oh my god. Oh
I
shit.
eat things in
That's
Saskatchewan. That's the best ever. So what were you saying? GameCube.
So yeah, the GameCube had a few games. Xbox 360. I want to curious on which one it would have been because there's lots for Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, I think it was one of the 2K games or something like that.
Okay, yeah,
Or no,
yeah, because
no, I think it was Raw vs SmackDown.
okay, they have a Raw vs SmackDown 2010 and 2011. And then I think after that, they went into the 2K games, which would have been, it looks like 13, 14, 15, 16 they had for Xbox.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. 13, 14.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, they,
Yeah,
they have so many games.
How many were on the N64? I wonder. Because I'll bet
64.
Because like everybody remembers WrestleMania 2000. That was such a fucking
Oh, dude.
classic.
That there's like, man, I would almost want to fucking bring out the old or N64 just to play that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is like, and maybe No Mercy too. I'm trying to remember No Mercy. I
Yeah.
think No Mercy and
Yeah, like
both of those. Oh man,
like that
Ugh.
the green 2000 is stuck in my head. Like that the 2000
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
green logo.
Yeah,
And-
both of those games were running on the same engine from the looks of it. The one
Yeah.
was the No Mercy was in 2000 November it got released, and WrestleMania 2000 came out October 12th, 1999.
Oh, that's awesome.
But oh, dude, but yeah, those were the cream of the crop of wrestling games.
Oh, that
there
was
was just nothing like them, man. They were just fuck it. It was such I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so good. I enjoyed it. That was like, there's actually fuck.
That's when that was peak Attitude Era. That was like that was the badass era.
There's this conversation we had with Justin a while back. I don't know if it was on the podcast, but it was kind of in the same dorm of like when we were talking about how Elden Ring's got a lot of 10 out of 10s, and if there's a game that you could rate 10 out of 10, and at the time I would say none, but I would almost it's such a high argument of almost saying between those two games that I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would have to replay them because I think to be a true 10 out of 10, it has to hold up today. Too.
Yeah, that's it. That's 100% it.
But like, yeah, like there's not very many 10 out of 10s for sure. Like,
yeah,
for me, games that are like 10 out of 10s are like, and this is my opinion too, but like Duke Nukem 3D and Duke Nukem Shadow Warrior Blood, all those games, I love those games. They're still fun today. They're still good. Like Banjo-Kazooie, that game's awesome.
Yeah.
And there's certain games like, I don't know, I have to replay the WrestleMania 2000, but in my mind, it's a 10 out of 10. But also, when I was a kid, GoldenEye was a 10 out of 10. But now it's like,
Oh, yeah.
holy fuck, I can't even play this game.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I'm kind of curious about, because the thing with the wrestling games, like it's just they're always been kind of in a certain degree fixed camera angles. So it's, I think, easier to use one joystick for that kind of game, whereas like the N64, yeah, it's one of those things where GoldenEye was, with N64 controllers, a pain in the butt.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's what it's just the controls moved on. Thanks to games like twin stick shooters, all those old N64 style ones are out of, and it's not just GoldenEye, it's all of them. Turok. I love Turok, but I can't play it anymore on the N64. On the PC it's great. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
On the GameCube it's pretty good because they have that actual C stick that moves around. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I think that was you that was with me and Kyle. We plugged in the GameCube and we were playing like a 4-player deathmatch on Turok Evolution.
I think so.
I think that was you and Dylan. I can't remember though. Ugh, but it was all 4 of us, I believe. But yeah, we hooked up the old GameCube and then we were playing some 4-player split screen on Turok there. The good old poison arrows where you make you make the guy throw up to death.
Yeah.
And there's and then also we had to plug in the Scorpion King game.
Yeah.
Just because the title screen. I stand alone. Oh shit! I better stop. We might get copyright stricken here.
Okay.
They're like, oh shit, Godsmack's on there.
Yeah.
But then I'll just get Brock to phone them back and go, I copyright strike in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, man. Fuck. It's man. That just gives me throwback memories.
We're gonna have to get that. Do you have that game? WrestleMania 2000? WrestleMania 2000.
No.
Yeah, we'll have to hunt it down because we have an N64, so we'll have to hunt it down. Because that's a weird thing too, is that I never owned that game. I only ever rented it, but we rented it like I swear like 12 times.
So I just quickly Googled or shopping, under Google for WWF No Mercy, and it's being valued between $65 to $160.
Oh no, okay, yeah, that was the one. That was the one with Mick Foley on the cover, wasn't it? Oh no, that's the one. With
no,
the
it
Rock.
has the Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rock and then who's is that Jericho behind him and Triple H?
Edge.
That's
Edge and Triple H.
Could they get a bigger fucking image?
Yeah.
The box cover image on Wikipedia is like a fucking little 200 by 200 image. I can't see shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Edge and Triple H.
Yeah, that was another good one. Yeah, No Mercy. Oh god.
Oh, man. Let's see here.
Do you want to know
64.
Do you want to know what my first wrestling game was though? That I owned, that I ever played?
What's that?
I'm sending it in Discord. There you go.
Yeah.
King of the Ring, baby!
King of
the Game Boy.
Nice. Oh, I was gonna say WrestleMania looks like it's cheaper. I guess way cheaper.
Well, I'm sure you could probably find a loose cart for like $20.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
a loose one anywhere between goes from $17 right up to I'm seeing $202.
Yeah. Dude, the best part about that King of the Ring game was that all the fucking wrestlers, they look different. Obviously, like Randy Savage looked like Randy Savage, and Hulk looked like Hulk, and Yokozuna and all of them. They all look like themselves, but they all had the same move sets. Like they all punched, kicked, and then Irish whip, and then you could like drop kick people through the Irish whip, and that's it. And it was so simple, but it was actually a lot of fun.
Oh man,
I just remember.
dude, I'd be so down for getting these two. Like if we like, I don't know, even if we like a bunch of us like pooled up some money just to get
Just
these games.
oh yeah, for sure. I have King of the Ring for Game Boy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I still have it. I still have all my. That's one thing I never sold yet or got rid of was all my Game Boy games. I still have all those.
I see it's made by the what company is that? The Rainbow, that angry
LJ,
video game nerd
yeah,
hates.
yeah, LJN, laughing,
Yeah. LJ.
laughing, joking, numbnuts. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, the. It's funny because I think he talked about that in his one Christmas special where he's talking about
Yeah.
the. It was one of the games he unwrapped. It was a smaller review, but it's because it was an LJN game. But yeah, I think he said like besides it being a little boring, it wasn't too bad because that's pretty much what it comes down to. It's actually not too bad of a game. It's just it's kind of boring because all the players they all play the same, and the NES version was the same. So, but
Yeah.
the Rainbow of Death didn't hurt that game too much. I also have a really weird 007 game for Game Boy.
Yeah.
It's I remember I got it at a I think I got it at a I either got it at a convention or at a I got it at a convention or I got it at off the internet or something. But it was I don't know, it was a really weird game, I remember. It was kind of hard to figure out. That I just sent you a screenshot of it.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
But that was and I'll send you another one of it too. There's yeah, that's the box.
James Bond
Yeah,
007.
it's literally called that. It's just called James Bond 007.
Nice.
But what I want to do, though, I want to get a fucking PC port of this shit. And for those of you just listening, it's fucking 007 Nightfire on the Game Boy Advance, baby.
Nice.
It's
Oh
fucking
man, Nightfire was great.
Nightfire's such a good game. I remember it wasn't on the podcast, I don't think, but I remember we were talking with Justin one night about games that were like underrated games, and I was saying that everybody talks about GoldenEye, but nobody fucking talks about Nightfire, which is the best game in the series.
I'll be honest, those mid early 2000 games like Nightfire, and there's a few other ones.
Like
I remember.
Like James Bond ones.
Yeah.
Well, there was Everything or Nothing, which was the third-person game, which was actually really fun. It had a cool co-op campaign where you played as like operatives, like MI6 operatives.
Here we go. This is okay. 007 Agent Under Fire.
Yeah.
Nightfire. Yeah, like you said, Everything or Nothing. Those three right there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really look at the other ones exactly, but those three in particular, man. Yeah, those were hidden gems.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love those games, man.
Yeah.
And actually, is it Everything or Nothing that there's a certain I thought William Dafoe played a villain in one of the games.
Yes, he did. That was Everything or Nothing.
Is that?
I believe so. Yeah, because if you look here, that's one of the posters, and I'm pretty sure that's William Dafoe.
There you go.
Behind
Yeah, and I think that was like another next step level. It's like you got these games that are like, freaking.
Yeah, Everything or Nothing also had the two hot chicks, the hot agent, Asian chick, and then the hot agent chick.
Yeah, and it's funny because as you can see, because I don't know how popular the games were, like we know them, but like like when you look at for example, the very first game, what was it, Agent Under Fire? It has the silhouette that looks like Pierce Brosnan, but it's like a knockoff Pierce Brosnan,
Oh, Yeah, you're talking about
Like,
the first one. You said the Agent Under Fire.
yeah, Agent of Fire. Yeah. Whereas the next two were actually Pierce Brosnan, right? Like the models, or
Yes.
close to them, anyways.
Yeah, I think they weren't able to get him or something, or they weren't officially able to get him. Like,
Yeah.
and but yeah, those are all solid titles. And one neat thing, besides like Everything or Nothing, had like Willem Dafoe as the bad guy, and it also had John Cleese as Q, like he actually voiced the character.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Pierce Brosnan, of course. And then, but one of the bad guys too is also Jaws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Jaws is one of the main villains, like the henchman villain. So,
Mhm.
and that was kind of like it was cool for super fans of the show, because
Yeah.
anytime a super fan sees like any of those really iconic guys like Odd Job or Jaws or
And the music too, dude. I think if I remember, the music for all three of those games were just like
oh
awesome too.
fucking slapped hard, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
I kind of want to just like watch videos on them now.
Oh, I know.
Probably
Dude,
that's probably what I'll do afterwards. I'm getting this weird nostalgia vibe from talking about wrestling games to these James Bond.
oh, dude, I really want to. I really want to play Nightfire again too. I still have the fucking PC discs for that game, but there was
Yeah.
like, dude, I feel like during that time, and I'd like to go back and try to find some of these games, but I feel like there's a bunch of games, especially on the PC, that kind of just went under the
Yeah.
radar, but they were fucking good games. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it here. Okay, I believe it was called. I believe it's called Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's what the game was called, and it was another game. I actually got it in a double set. It was in a double set with Nightfire, because it was the. I can't remember what they called it. They called it like the. I think it was like LucasArts or something, because I think LucasArts had something to do with obviously Indiana Jones they did, but I think they had something to do with Nightfire as well, but I don't know. But I just remember it being in a set together. But but the fucking Emperor's Tomb, man, was so fucking cool. It was such a badass game. And like
Yeah.
and like when you played as Indiana Jones, it was all third person, but you could like you could pull out your gun and shoot people. You could use your whip, and like sometimes you had to like keep your ammo, so you'd have to kind of stealth attack enemies or kind of whip
Yeah.
them, and like conserve your ammo for like the supernatural enemies, like the demons that appear later and stuff. And
Oh, shit.
god, like it was such a cool game, and I'd really like to revisit that game and see if it was as good as I remember, because I remember it came out for Xbox too, but I originally had it for the for the PC. Because yeah, I got it in a set with Nightfire, and I remember playing it, and like it was one of those games that it felt like an Indiana Jones game, like you were actually going on an adventure. And
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure there was two of them. There's the Emperor's Tomb, but then I'm pretty sure there was another one. I can't remember what it's called right now. I'd have to Google it, but yeah, that's a fucking badass game, and I recommend anybody to kind of, if they can pick it up, check it out, because it's awesome. That was such a great game. And nobody talks about it today.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Blakestone Aliens of Gold?
Oh, man. That's another banger right there.
You're like, don't get me started on that game. I love it.
Yeah. Totally cool. Yeah, it was like my first game I ever played.
Yeah, right? So,
Oh, man.
yeah, and that's another one. I actually have it on Steam. I just have to play it sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nice.
I'll stream it just for you.
Damn. Yeah, you should.
I'm like, hey guys, Codeman here with Blakestone. And I also got the. Maybe I'll do my old YouTube intro. I'm like, hey guys, Codeman here. Let's go suck some dick. Okay, so everybody's hyped up for our Batman review.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to make them wait just a second longer.
Okay.
Because I got one more thing before the Batman climax.
Oh yeah.
And I'm actually going to climax because I'm climaxing right now.
Okay.
I'm rubbing my clit so hard for you.
Okay. Right on.
so this is this one's kind of a sadder one for me because
Okay.
it does not make me happy, I'll tell you that much. So, do you know who Brendan Schaub is?
It doesn't ring a bell, unfortunately, to me.
That's
Like
all.
you'd have to show me a picture or something. Or...
Yeah, well, it's not surprising. I'll send you a picture, but it's
Okay.
So Brendan Schaub was he's a former UFC. I don't really know much of his UFC career. I know he was on The Ultimate Fighter, and then he fought.
Okay.
And then he fought, like, that was the reality show or whatever. And then he fought in he fought the UFC for a little while, and then he got out. There's a picture of him if you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's a comedian now, right?
Yeah.
So, and the reason I know him is because he makes frequent appearances on Joe Rogan. And, that's where I saw. And I mean, there's a lot of memes around the guy. There's a lot of memes about him being a terrible comedian, and then him just kind of sucking Joe's dick for the publicity, and not really, not really being talented. He did this UFC thing, and that's kind of why he's famous and why they accept him. But other than that, he's kind of terrible. But I don't know. I always thought he was an okay dude, just off his interactions with Joe, and I thought, he came off as a little bit of a dick sucker, like I could tell he's kind of like he would kind of say, like, I don't like when people do this, and then Joe would be like, yeah, but if what about this? And then Brendan would just kind of agree with him, even though he just disagreed with them. So he's kind of like, tries to suck his dick a little bit, right? Which, whatever.
I guess.
Whatever. It happens. I don't care. I'm not going to fault him that much for that. But anyways, I always thought he was pretty good, and that's it. I thought he was an okay guy, but in recent news, he is actually suing a small YouTuber for talking shit about him. Literally just for making fun of him. Like, and I don't know if I should really, I don't know this person. It's not going to really matter right now, because if people want to find the guy, they could find him, but his name is Unique. I don't know. That's his. It's like you, like the tree, and then Neek is Neek. That's the YouTuber that got his channel taken down and is currently getting sued by Brendan Schaub. And from what I heard from, like, Critical and other people, apparently he's kind of a piece of shit, the guy.
Oh, really?
And the best way I could describe him, that people have been telling me, is that he's like a Leafy character, right? Like, he's just kind of a troll, and he just kind of makes videos to piss people off. So he's not, he's not really a good guy, from what people are saying. I don't know personally.
Okay.
I haven't watched the guy. I've never even heard of the guy, but I'm just talking about it now because I think it's fucking stupid that Brendan Schaub, this fucking big celebrity with a bunch of money, and he's pretty famous, and he's actually suing a small YouTuber and literally killed his livelihood, got his channel taken down, all because he said shit about Brendan, like, basically, like what everybody's saying, like him sucking Rogan's dick, and then just kind of making fun of all the memes about, because there's like a shit ton of memes about Brendan Schaub being kind of a moron, and, whatever. It's all comedy, right? And it's all, there's no way that Brendan Schaub's going to win this. Like, there's no way. And you can tell he's just trying to game the system because he's fucking, he's a big celebrity, and this is just a small person. So he's like, I'm going to win by default because I'm a big celebrity. But it's like, he doesn't have any weight behind his case. The guy didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying you don't like somebody or saying they're cringy. And it's like, and I just think it's a little hypocritical from somebody like Brendan Schaub that was talking. He was defending Joe Rogan when Rogan was getting canceled. The whole cancel culture, right? And
Yeah.
you know, Brendan's always been against cancel culture, but yet when a small YouTuber fucking doesn't agree with Brendan or makes little jokes about him, all of a sudden he wants to cancel him. I'm like, that's pretty fucking hypocritical of you. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention it. I just
And the whole thing, like, not all comedians do it, but like usually comedians, that's like one of, in a certain sense, do they not make fun of other people?
yes,
That's how some comedians work too. They kind of roast people, and so yeah, that in the sense of, especially being in that in the world of comedy, yeah, that's really I wouldn't say out of line, but really out of
it's
the
out of character.
roots,
Yeah.
out of character. Yeah, that's it, out of character.
Well, and you hit the fucking nail on, with the hammer right there. Like, hit it right on the head. That's exactly what people are saying. They're saying it's a little ironic for a fucking comedian to be canceling somebody else over jokes. And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. I think, you know, as much, and I'm not one of those hater guys that hates Brennan. Again, I actually, you know, I didn't mind him on Rogan. I thought he was, you know, he had some good conversations with Joe. I don't think he's the greatest comedian. I think he's pretty weak when it comes to comedy, honestly. But
yeah,
like, mostly when I'd watch his stuff, like his podcast, I'd watch it for Brian Callen because I'm a big fan of Brian Callen, and he's the co-host of their podcast. So, you know,
yeah.
that's the only reason I ever watched it. I didn't really watch it for Brennan, but I don't know.
Was he not on also Uncle Joey's podcast there for a little while?
Oh yeah, he's been a guest on there too. On the
Yeah.
he was on the church.
Yeah,
But he wasn't on the acid church.
yeah, no kidding.
I put some pool cleaner in the end of my dick.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. You need to watch that video.
Yeah, I know.
It's so funny where Joey's talking about putting pool cleaner in, because he's not circumcised, so he just put pool cleaner in his fucking foreskin and rolled it up.
Oh my god.
Then he went in for a piss test and he pissed, and then the pool cleaner came out, so it cleaned his piss.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. Yeah, well, so the story goes from Uncle Joey.
Jesus.
He's like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was a monk. He's like, so I went in there, I put some pool cleaner on the end of my dick, I rolled it up, I went in there, took my piss test, and as they say, Bob's your uncle.
Fuck.
Hey, why is the toilet blue? None of your business, cocksucker. Oh my god.
Fuck.
That man is a saint. He needs to be protected at all costs. But yeah, basically I wanted to bring that up because I think Brendan Schaub is just being a big baby. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in him, honestly, because I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for a comedian to sue a small person into oblivion and literally essentially kill their livelihood all because your butt hurt over a joke. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's rough.
You know, you take yourself too seriously when. But anyways, I digress. So that's what I want to say about that. The television Amico thing I'll probably save for next week when I'm alone, because I got some stuff to say about that. Also, nice. well, small thing, because this is the official Resident Evil podcast. If you guys haven't picked up any of the Resident Evil games on Steam, now's the time, because there's a
really good deals.
Yeah, Capcom publisher sale right now, so it's like 70% off a lot of their games. I think Village is 50% off, and then I think you can get 0 and 1 for like $10.
Yeah, Yeah, which I just picked up 0, I think, for $20 not too long ago.
Yeah, you get Resident Evil 7 and Village 7 gold, so it has all the DLC, and Village
Yeah.
for $70.
Fuck.
Resident Evil
That's a pretty damn
6,
good deal.
Resident Evil 6, the full thing for $10. Resident
Yeah,
Evil 5,
I should actually pick that up.
Resident Evil 5 for $8. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the gold edition. Resident Evil
Yeah.
4, the Ultimate HD edition for $5. $5.
I should do that too. Frank, I should be picking up these games because I'm doing the Resident Evil series, which I'm going to start up back tomorrow because I'm back to a normal life.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hadn't been playing that whole entire time, and I'm on Code Veronica, and I think I'm past the halfway point. I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the next game is going to be 4. So this actually works out great. So I'll pick up probably. I have 5. The old Kyle gave me 5 as a gift because I think we were going to try to do mercenary mode, but it just we haven't yet. So it just
5 on PC.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. I would totally
Yeah.
watch you guys stream mercenary mode.
I know.
I think
So-
not, I think before the Batman here, real quick. I think you need to tell the story about when you guys almost won the world record in mercenary mode. But you got,
So
you got trolled hardcore.
oh yeah. So but this is back in high school days, I think, or maybe before, or maybe after. I'm trying to remember. Either way, it's just about
Mic
almost
off.
daily. Me and Kyle, we would always play Resident Evil 5 mercenary mode. We played consistently, and we got to a point where our rhythm we were on cue with each other. We knew what we knew the objective. We knew what the other person was doing. We were just like we were a fucking solid team. And you look at like some of the leaderboards and you're like, oh my god, like some of the Japanese players are like had ridiculous numbers. But then the one day there we were playing the one level and we were just killing it. Man, we were going like there was like our normal pace that we did really good, but we were like 10 tiers higher than that. We were like it was like
Mic
the
on.
best time of our life just doing that friggin' match. We get down, we had I don't know how many minutes of time left because of the amount of combos. We've comboed every single enemy except one.
Oh god.
There was one that was glitched outside of the map. Because the game was
Oh.
I think the game was like in shock of how well we were doing that it couldn't properly code in or whatever the path or whatever it needed to do to get the last enemy to show up. So we literally sat there and we couldn't kill him. I don't think we ended up killing him, and it destroyed our whole combo. We would have.
Oh.
We know for a fact if we would have had it, we would have been number 1. No ifs or buts about it. And not only that, we'd be the highest ranked Canadian team as well.
Oh, I guarantee, because that would have been like what would it be, like an S rank?
Oh, well, 100%. But like the S ranks though, those were like that. By then, too, S ranks were just easy for us, specifically on the one level, and I forget the name of the level, but it was like a factory level. But we could almost like play that with our eyes closed. We were so good at it.
Oh, I remember watching you guys a couple times and being like, holy shit, I'm like, these guys are crazy.
Yeah. So it'd be really cool. And now it's just life now that kind of prevents us because like Shrem's in a whole different city, and then he has his own schedule and stuff, and family or whatever, and then myself work.
Yeah.
I'm more free than he is. That's the thing, but.
Yeah.
No, it'd be kind of cool to pull that off, and I'm actually considering. I'm gonna see how it goes. When I start 5, there's a part of me that I would really like it if I did it as a co-op experience. Originally, like again, it'd be nice to do the whole 5 as a nostalgic kind of way, in a cool way, if I could get Kyle to do 5. But again, eh, it's him trying to find time to be able to do it.
Yeah, so it'd just be you going, Shiva, hurry! You got it!
Yeah.
And then I'll give you a recap of Resident Evil 6 as well. Resident Evil 6 just Captain Pierce, Captain, and then at the end it's like Captain. It's like Jesus Christ, get the hell away from me, you monster!
I'm actually, like it's fun. I have played quite a bit of 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 specifically. I hadn't played 0 much, and so it was really awesome going through 0 and kind of experiencing that again, and then going through all these games, just like especially Code Veronica. Code Veronica has been such a treat, and it's been playing flawlessly. Like it's been awesome.
Why would you be worrying about it not playing flawlessly on your totally legal version of the game?
Well, yeah, I just, it's just sometimes you just never know with these old games that they're gonna act weird on newer generation consoles, or like it's a good port to PS3, but but like I'm excited to actually play 4 and 5 and 6, just because I haven't played them in forever. I never played 7. So 7, I think, is going to trip me the hell out. I think it's going to creep me out.
7's going to scare the fuck out of you.
It probably will. I honestly think 7's going to creep me out more. Okay, because I played 8, so I know what to expect. But 7, I never played. I just watched you play it.
Yeah, and like I would say 7 is scarier than 8.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you on that.
8 had the dollhouse. That was pretty fucking creepy. Especially the basement part with the fetus. That was a little.
Oh God.
That was a little too much. But other than that, it was.
It just shows, though. It just shows that they have it there. They just need to capitalize on it more.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I think Resident Evil 8 had a good combination of horror themes, scariness, and action.
Yeah.
They kind of balanced it out pretty well.
Yeah. And I guess in a certain sense, I guess a guy could bring up an argument that it's survival, Resident Evil survival horror, but it isn't exactly horror. You know what I mean? It's there's horror in it aspects, but it's more of an adventure survival horror game, I guess you could say.
Yeah. It's definitely not. I don't know. It's not.
I think the best.
Yeah,
what's that?
Well, I was gonna say there's guns and shit in it, so it's not 100% just scary,
Yeah.
Like a game like Amnesia is pure horror, where you can't defend yourself and you have to hide or run.
Exactly, and that's the thing with Resident Evil. It's and it's a funny concept to things, as some of the viewers, if we have consistent viewers or not, but and yourself and my friends, is I don't do well with horror.
Oh, yeah. We're going to
especially
the
movies.
Movie.
Oh God, no. Especially movies. It's weird. I can watch The Thing and I'm okay with it, but Resident Evil, for example, you know what I mean? It's got to mean something if that's my favorite series. You know what I mean? For a guy who doesn't like horror stuff, that his main series is a horror series.
I thought My Little
It
Pony
must mean that it's not really. Yeah. That's top horror. I don't know. I can't play that. That's too scary. But but yeah, that's gotta say something about Resident Evil. If I can play with no issues.
Yeah, well, for sure. But it's also a good story too.
Yeah.
even number 7, it's pretty fucking creepy and terrifying, but there's a good
Yeah.
story being told.
Yeah. Like I would have this argument. It's
Welcome
funny.
to the
We're
family,
talking,
son.
supposed to be. Yeah. Here we are going to talk about Batman, and we're talking about Resident Evil. But the one thing I will say is, there's certain concepts and certain things about the game that like make absolutely no sense that people want. Like, people talk about having a Resident Evil 1 movie like based on the first game, but it's like I said, like what it's going to be fucking sur- s- sur- a rescue team going into a mansion finding keys for every fucking door they're trying to get through. Like that just
What
seems dumb to me. I don't know.
are you talking about?
But
That would
that's a
work
whole
perfectly.
yeah, right. But like it's at this point like I enjoy the games a lot, but it's that story. It's following a character story now. Like
Yeah,
where is it going to lead to? What is this going to lead to?
it's gonna lead to Ada Wong nudes
Data wall
every time.
every time.
But yeah, so I think we got to get to the big meat and potatoes that guys have been waiting for since 59
An
minutes
hour.
ago.
Yeah.
59 minutes ago and 2 ball hairs ago. 4 score and 7 nuts ago. You were born. Okay, so we're going to get into it. The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
So, first impression from you. What did you think about that? The movie?
Fantastic. I enjoyed it. It was a really well done movie.
Yeah? And what did you think about Rob?
He played a good Batman.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
like the depresso Batman, like the dark reclusive Batman. And I think, and as I've kind of seen some reviews and stuff come out about it since watching it, a lot of people, it's so funny to me because I told everybody this is gonna happen, but because everybody the complaint with every Batman movie is always there's not enough Batman, there's too much Bruce Wayne and talking, But this movie, he was almost Batman through the whole movie. Like almost like
and people are complaining that he's not
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I fucking knew people were gonna do this because it's just that's just how it goes, right? They can never be happy. It's like there wasn't enough Bruce Wayne in the Christian Bale trilogy, or enough.
This
Batman.
is the thing. This is the thing that people are just. It frustrates me because it's going to be a series, right? Just like in theory, going back to the Resident Evil
official Resident Evil podcast.
We're the official Resident Evil podcast. But the Resident Evil movie that just came out in November, like people don't fucking seem to understand that this is a series. There's supposed to be a sequel because people are like, example, like this Batman. They're like, oh, there's not enough Bruce Wayne. Why isn't Bruce Wayne Bruce Wayne? Why isn't he this playboy millionaire kind of guy? Doing the parties and stuff. Yeah. Well, if you listen to also Matt Reeves talk about it, it's year 2 of Batman. He's still trying to figure himself out. Maybe if you think about it, maybe it's something that he eventually becomes that Bruce Wayne. Maybe the story is him finding himself while also dealing with these crimes. But of course, people immediately, no, it has to be this way. Like, can you not do care? Like, people complain about there's no character growth, but then they, like, I don't know, man. It's so fucking annoying. Some people.
Well,
people don't know what they want.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't ever. They want you to step out of like the comfort zone or out of the norm, but then when you do that, you just get harshly criticized. But I think what they did with this movie, it was Matt Reeves that directed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what his direction was for this movie is that he wanted to do like a grittier early Batman film, like where this isn't a Batman where, like you said, he's been Batman for 20 years and he's given her shit. This is a Batman where he's kind of just put on the cowl, You know, he's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
it's not an origin story, but kind of an origin story.
exactly, yeah. It's not like, and I actually am kind of, in a certain sense, happy that they didn't like show the whole Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, that's her name, I believe.
Yeah.
But they didn't show like
Yeah.
their death, like the classic. It's the same with how the what the hell was it? The Tom Holland Spider-Man did show Uncle Ben getting killed, because
Yeah.
it's like we all know, we fucking know,
Yeah.
we've seen it a couple
Yeah.
times now. We know he dies,
Yeah.
and same with
Yeah.
you know Bruce Wayne's parents. We know they die, so they didn't really stick on that. They mentioned it later because there's some plot points involving his father and his mother, and it's like, but it doesn't treat the audience like they're idiots. You know, it's like everybody knows. We don't need to show that every goddamn movie. By this point, everybody knows that Bruce Wayne's an orphan. He's rich. We get it. But in this one, yeah, it was like the early Batman, and he's very broody, but he was also like really brutal in his fighting scenes, and I thought the choreography in the fight scenes was really good. Like, just
man,
it's like no guns. Batman doesn't kill.
Yeah.
He just breaks people's necks and throws them over balconies.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Because there's
and
what's that?
what do you think of the villains?
Yeah. Well, the villains are really good. It was what? It was Russell Crowe, right? That played Penguin.
No.
Or sorry, not Russell
no.
Crowe. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Are you entertained?
Yeah. What the fuck's his name? Russell Crowe.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. I don't know why I got them mixed up there, but yeah, it's just Russell Crowe from remember that road rage, the road rage movie? He just comes up to Batman. You go learn today. You're gonna learn what a bad day is. Did you watch that movie, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
actually.
you should.
I heard it's wild.
That's a fucking crazy movie, and it was so weird to see Russell Crowe just massive, just like you're used to like the Gladiator, like the trim guy, and this one he's just this fat fucking guy in a truck. I'm like, holy shit. But anyways, back to Batman. Yeah. So what was his name? You said it.
Penguin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Penguin.
Colin Farrell Penguin. And then there's
that's his name. Colin Farrell. Yes, that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just a thing now these days with Colin Farrell to do body transformations? Because remember in Horrible Bosses, he had like the half bald cap on, so he looked like an idiot.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously as the Penguin, he's like totally unrecognizable.
Oh, I know, man.
I actually didn't know until you told me after the movie. I didn't even know he was in the movie. But that's how I am though. I like going blind. I only know like the teaser trailer people. Like I knew Andy Serkis was gonna be Alfred, and I knew Robert Pattinson was gonna be Batman. And I think the trailer showed off Zoe Kravitz, but very briefly.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and she was a good Catwoman. Like she was.
Oh yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was awesome. She was super beautiful, and she played a good Catwoman, like the person that's like more of an anti-hero, you know, in it for herself, but also kind of has a heart. So yeah,
the Riddler was freaky.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, and apparently that like Jesse mentioned to us, that was the guy in The Girl Next Door.
Yeah, apparently he was also in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, I think so. Hey.
Yeah, I think he's the guy. Yeah, he is. I'm pretty sure that's the guy who gets killed in this. There's that iconic scene, I guess, where the guy gets killed with the bowling ball, the milkshake. And I'm over here, and I'm gonna suck up your milkshake. He does the thing. I don't know if that sounds familiar at all. That scene.
Yeah, yes, yeah, that makes it. Yeah, I think that was him. I have not seen There Will Be Blood in a long time. That is a fantastic movie, though.
Yeah.
That was Daniel Day-Lewis. I was in that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, kills the guy who plays the Riddler.
okay, that makes
The
sense.
milkshake scene.
Yeah, because this guy is Paul Dano, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, man.
he was fucking creepy as the Riddler.
Oh man. Yeah.
Like he was
I
like
enjoyed. And he was grounded too. That's the other thing about this game or movie that I liked is it felt grounded.
yeah, they see like all the villains seemed very like realistic. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
like obviously somebody like the Riddler was psychotic, but like
Yeah.
he wasn't just some random psycho. He actually did have motivations, and he had like
Yeah.
he had a reason for what he was doing, which
Yeah.
I don't want to totally spoil that because I think people should go see it. But
Yeah.
I actually we didn't even put a spoiler alert, so spoiler alert, everybody. But if you're already
I
here,
don't think we've really. Yeah, I don't think we've
Well-
really spoiled anything yet. But
we spoiled the makeup job on we spoiled the makeup job on Russell Brand. I'm just kidding. I was like, I have to fuck up his name somehow.
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so like I don't know. Like not getting too heavy in the like the crazy spoilers or anything, but yeah, like I think it's a worthwhile movie to check out. I think the action was good. The characters were really fun. I right when you kind of think it's over, it's not over. And there's kind of like a fourth act
Yeah.
where they have like the whole kind of ending sequence there.
Yes.
And,
yes.
The one thing that some people pointed out to me, which I never even really thought of, but I thought was kind of funny, is in the car chase scene with Penguin,
Yeah.
which was badass. That scene was so cool.
Oh man, yeah.
Because the Batmobile is literally what, a tricked out Charger or something.
Yeah, 68 Charger.
Yeah, it's a 68 Charger with like a fucking jet turbine on the end.
yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
And yeah, like literally, it's so funny though that people were pointing this out that Batman was essentially just killing people on that bridge. Like, like there was cars just being tossed left and right and they're just blowing up. It's like, yeah, those people are dead. But yet the other scene, he's like, no guns.
Yeah.
It's like
The
sorry, Robbie boy, you just fucking blew up the family of 7 in that Pacifica.
the one part I couldn't stop laughing over was right as the scene was happening, where Penguin and there's a thing happening, and then eventually what happens is Patterson's in the fucking car, and then you hear this fucking monster of a fucking car start up, and this jet engine starting up, and you just see Penguin. It's a shot of Penguin's face, just looking over, like terrified, like what the fuck is that? And then he just sees this car looking at him, and there's flames shooting out, and it's like shaking and shit, like it's trying to hold its spot there, and it's just like, oh my god.
I know, it's like
they made that car like a character, like the other Batman, you know, like Christian Nolan's Batman, they had the big huge tank for Batmobile, and I thought that was kind of unique. But there was just something about the fucking this Batman, the car, just like it was there to terrify you. Like this car was like a demon.
Yeah, well, it sounded badass, and it was just like when he ramps over that fucking semi in the flames.
yeah.
And there's kind of that throwaway gag where they figure out what they need to do, but they got Penguin in handcuffs, and he's like, hey, Are you guys gonna? Are you guys gonna? Are you guys gonna
Oh yeah.
I gotta
Uncuff me?
uncuff me or whatever. And he's like waddling like a penguin.
Yeah.
It was such a throwaway joke, but I'm like, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Greece.
Yeah.
But yeah, I no, all in all, I think it was a really good movie, and obviously it's kind of set up for a sequel. And I think I I don't know, I like Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and Batman. I thought like I thought he did a really good job, and I really like the scene, the Bruce Wayne scene where there's the bomb defusal. If you remember
Yeah.
that, where like the one guy kind of drives through that funeral, and then
Yeah.
you know you find out he's got like a saw trap on him from the Riddler, and then you know, but Bruce Wayne has to kind of duck out of the shadows, and then you know become Batman to try to help this guy,
Yeah.
but in the end, you know, he couldn't even help him because the guy had blackmail or whatever. But what a great scene though, like as far as like tension goes, and
Yeah. So an interesting thing with it. So uh, Nicolas Cage was talking about it, and he has an idea what he would like to do, and he's actually, I think he's going to talk to Warner's about it, and maybe Matt Reeves, but he wants to be in it, and he wants to be the villain, Egghead.
oh really?
Yeah, he
I'm
has
not familiar
apparently.
with Egghead. Who's that?
Yeah, Egghead is like a really old Batman, like 19, like Adam West.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't think of anything currently that has Eggman in it or Egghead. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bad guy from the Adam West show.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I can't.
I guess he was in the comics though, in a couple of them.
Yeah,
Huh, the evil of Egghead.
right.
Weird.
So yeah, I
I've
guess.
never even heard
Yeah, I
of this
guess
guy.
friggin'. So yeah, when you type in Egghead Batman, one of the things that will pop up is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I see that.
Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage wants to play supervillain Egghead in potential sequel.
that'd be sweet. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
People also search for King Tut, Louis the Lilac, Chief O'Hara, Aunt Harriet Cooper. Who's Louis the Lilac?
Fuck if I know.
What the?
I see. For me, it says people also searched up Clock King, Crazy Quilt, Egg Foo, Mad Hatter, Penguin.
What the fuck? What about Cornelius Stirk? What the fuck is this thing? Apparently he was in a movie? Oh, he was in Gotham, the TV show. He looks fucked up. Yeah, just look up Stirk. Stirk. He's apparently a weird cannibal thing. But there was a live action of him in the Batman TV series.
Oh,
Weird fucker.
Stark, eh?
Yeah, Stirk.
Ugh. Jesus. Interesting.
Look, I'm just saying, I would have got with Eartha Kitt, all right?
Yeah.
Hey, it was the 60s and she was hot.
Yeah.
Here, I'll send you one from a spank bank. There you go, buddy.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm talking about Adam West's bulge.
Yeah.
Good,
Oh shit.
Adam West and his good old spandex, hey?
Oh fuck.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad male superheroes don't wear that anymore.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, I don't say friggin' The suit in this movie is awesome too. Actually,
Yeah,
the design was awesome.
yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was, you could tell it was like a first draft. Like you could tell it's like, because he's an early, he's an early Batman. So the nose piece looks like it's sewn on, and it's very like Spartan-esque. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I also like when he was kind of going urban Bruce Wayne, where he still had like the eye makeup on, but he had like a hoodie on, and he had a mask over his face, and that's when he had the binoculars and he was looking at. I think he was checking out Catwoman. That was a weird scene because she like started changing into her underwear and stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, Rob, you dirty dog. It's like
Yeah.
I'm like, is this gonna turn into like a weird Batman snuff film or something? All you see is just like she looks at the window, she's like, and he's just like sitting there jacking off on top of the roof. He's like, Bella would have never done this for me.
You know what I'm curious about is if they're going to bring Harvey Dent. There's been rumors about having Harvey Dent in the next one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want another Two-Face like the Tommy Lee Jones one though. Like the Tommy Lee Jones one is so fun because he was so insane and like crazy.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think they're probably going to follow the same road as the Christian Bale one though, because
oh yeah, well
at the end of the day, it's so grounded, right?
Yeah, that's how it. Yeah, that's kind of how the show is. It's the more realistic kind of versions, we'll say.
Yeah.
Like Penguin is not a real penguin. He's just kind of a. That's kind of his criminal name because he's a deformed looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
The one question is, I know it's kind of a standalone film, but do you think we'll ever see like the Joker from like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker in there?
No, I don't see it because
I think that was just a standalone movie.
yeah, I think it's standalone, and I think they're pretty straight about that being its own standalone, not wanting to be part of the other stuff.
Yeah.
And also think about it this way too. I think this Batman takes place in current times.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas the Joker takes place in the 80s.
Maybe it'll be an older Joker. Huh?
Like it'd be a fucking old man.
Yeah, but maybe
unless they make the, well, then they wouldn't even make sense at the end of the day too. I was gonna say if that Joker was in the same universe as Robert Pattinson, then maybe he's not the real Joker.
Maybe.
But then again, like then at that point, why would you even have Joaquin Phoenix in that then if he's not the real Joker? But
they just
hard to say.
They just gotta put all their cards on the table and fucking put Willem Dafoe as the Joker and call it a day.
Yeah.
So you go.
Yeah.
Out am I?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's really all I had to say on the Batman. I thought it was really good. I hope to see more movies, not just Batman, but just in general movies with Robert Pattinson, because I honestly think he's just getting started. Obviously he went through the whole teenage heartthrob thing with Twilight and all that, and I actually don't mind Twilight. I think it's okay. I think the whole teenage romance aspect is a little cringe at times, but like the whole vampire werewolf story around it is actually not too bad. The sparkling's a little weird, but whatever. If you get past that, it's not too bad. But like he's done some other good movies, and you could tell he's actually a good actor. Like he's not just like a bullshit heartthrob, dumbass, like people think he is. So I think
Yeah.
I was really happy that he proved everybody wrong. Because I remember do you remember all the memes coming out about
Oh
the new
yeah.
Batman being like, oh, here we go, Twilight Batman.
Yeah, I
And
know, and
people,
that was really good because yeah, again, like for you, you enjoyed it, but like I wasn't a big fan of like I never watched the Twilight movies, but I have no like I don't know, I just never had interest in it.
I saw your Pornhub search history. Don't you fucking lie to me. It was like comes sparkly vampire comes in for an interview. What happens next will shock you.
Shock you, cliff cliffhanger porn.
I came in for a rectal examination. Ended up with an animal attack. Animal attack.
It's like probably the only thing that I truly enjoy about that series in my view of it is just the quotes that you and your brother say back and forth.
And Jesse, don't forget Jesse.
Oh yeah, Jesse too. Yeah, Jesse as well.
She
Yes.
also enjoys the animal attack.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite too. That's a tick.
Charlie, what's going on? Edward, Bella, animal attack.
Oh fuck! If, you know what I think the thing I like about that quote,
It's just
that line, yeah, it's so dumb, but it reminds me just like the fucking Jurassic Park. So Jurassic Park
Yeah.
2 or 3, where it's where's where's the rest of the crew?
All
All over the place.
Yeah. But like for Twilight, it's not just the line, but it's also the way he says that line and just how
Yeah.
how obvious he looks at Edward. Like he just kind of like animal attack, and then he just like looks at Edward dead in the eyes and kind of squids. It's like as if to tell Edward like it was a vampire attack. Don't tell anybody. But I'm gonna act super suspicious in front of this cop. Just don't mind my eyes.
Fuck.
Fuck. But yeah, I don't
Shit.
know why. That just makes me laugh. But but I don't know. All in all, it's pretty fun movies. So, was there
Yeah.
anything else you want to say about the Batman? And
I don't know, man. Like, it's just at the end of the day, it was a very well done movie. I enjoyed the Patterson doing Batman. I enjoyed the villains. I loved how it was a grounded film, and I also liked the fact that yeah, it was very. The other thing too is it was a like it was a detective movie.
yes, that's actually
You know?
that's one thing I should have brought up, and because that's what I said in the car after we watched it was I liked how much of a detective he was, because ultimately that's kind of what Batman started off as, was like, like Detective Comics is DC Comics.
Yeah.
Like they started off as that was Detective Comics, because Batman was originally kind of a, obviously a superhero, but he was also a detective. He kind of,
Yeah.
he scanned for fingerprints and he checked out crime scenes, and he was kind of a vigilante, but he was also an aide for the police. And in this one,
Yeah.
this is the first Batman movie where we actually saw Batman doing detective work, like examining a crime scene, and
Yeah.
like I mean, he's done shit like that before, like in the Christian Bale ones, where he's like trying to triangulate the Joker and all that shit. But like in this one, there's an actual crime scene, and he's actually like, checking out the murder weapon and stuff like that. So
I think it was the idea. I think that the villain was more mysterious. Having that more mysterious and unknown of the villain
yeah,
adds more to that detective part of the movie. And I think that's why it's more noticeable in this movie than it was like in the Christian Bale ones, because you saw both sides of the story a lot. You know what I mean?
that's true. Yeah, yeah. Like
So
you don't even see the villain's face until the last 45 hour, whatever it is. I think it's the last 45 about. It's kind of that fourth
Yeah.
act where you think it's over, but it's not.
Yeah.
But it's yeah. I really like the detective aspect of it and the kind of crime solving thing. So I thought that was cool. And I guess the one last thing I want to talk about for him was what I also told you was how crazy Robert Pattinson's jawline is now. he, he
Yeah.
he must be doing one of those bite exercises. I'm telling you.
Do you think maybe though it has something to do with just camera angles and like that mask? Maybe.
It definitely could be. That's for sure. Or let me just send you something here. It's called a jaw exerciser.
I think I know. I think I might have seen this before.
Or as I call it, a girlfriend. oh, sorry, that's not what I don't know why I just copied the same image. That's my jaw exerciser. Okay, copy image. Paste the image. There you go. Jaw exerciser.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those
Yeah, there's
different styles or whatever.
there's a bunch of them, and like supposedly they work. I've seen stuff, and I've seen there's other exercises that people could do. So I don't know. Oh, there's one
Didn't
for
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan had a couple. There's one for your neck too, which is called the Iron Neck, and
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Yep. Yep.
yeah, and then there's like there's other. It's mostly things you bite on, because that's how you get resistance. But you can like chew gum too, but it's a resistance that really helps you. The biggest thing is you don't want to grind your teeth. That's the whole point, is you chew on something rubber.
Yeah.
Dude, we get AliExpress here. I can get you one for $4. No, there's no way, there's no way it's a virus or anything.
No, that's definitely the right thing.
Dude, it's scary the amount of people I know that actually buy stuff off AliExpress.
Really?
Yeah, like my sister's boyfriend buys stuff off there, and I'm like, holy fuck!
Oh.
I'm like, you scare me.
Oh.
I'm like, I feel like you've been infiltrated by the FBI now.
Is his middle name Dangerous?
It's Austin
I do
Danger
like
Powers.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess we should notice before. We should note, before we sign off here, that before we started, you said you saw there was a new Mike Myers show. Hey, coming.
Oh yes.
Coming to
Netflix.
Yeah, called The Pentaverate.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
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 It looks fucking funny.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a bunch of fucking a bunch of comedy actors in it. Like I think I saw Keegan Michael Key in there.
Yep.
From Key and Peele, and I can't remember who else I saw now.
The Asian guy from Hangover.
Ken Jeong, yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
Ken Jeong is a doctor and an actor and a comedian, or as he's known back in Korea, a failure. that was who's the roast master guy? What the hell's his name? Bob. What's his name? Fuck.
I couldn't tell you, buddy.
Jeff Ross. That's his name. Jeff,
okay.
He always did the roast battle and all those roast shows, like the roast of whoever. And yeah. That was one of his roasts of Ken when he was roasting Ken Jeong.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's an actor, comedian, and a doctor, or as it's known back in Korea, a failure. And yeah, Ken Jeong was just losing his mind, but yeah, you guys should check out the teaser for the Pentaverate. It looks like it looks like it's kind of a comedy based around the Illuminati or an Illuminati like organization called the Pentaverate. But
yeah, it's has a sci-fi kind of
Yeah, I don't
thing
think
to
I don't
it.
think you can go wrong with Mike Myers. I think
No, it's good to see. It's actually good to see something from the mind of Michael Myers.
oh yeah, and I even told you the other day, like, you need to rewatch The Cat in the Hat. Like, The Cat
Yeah,
in the Hat is a fucking children's book and it's a children's movie, but
yeah,
I've never laughed so fucking hard in my life. like I forgot, like, I watched it as, I would have been probably 14 or 15, I think, when it
yeah.
came out, something like that. And I liked it, whatever, but I never really thought much of it. Like, I liked it, but now watching it as an adult, I'm like, holy fuck, there's so much, like, hidden shit in this movie that's just, it's so hilarious.
That's an interesting. Like, yeah, actually, just that the idea of going back and watching a lot of like movies when you're a kid
Yeah.
and experiencing when you're older, like Goldeneye, for example. Like, that's my fuck. That's I love that movie. Like, that's like an all time. Fuck, I think that might be still my number one movie, and the the thing is, like, I watched that as a kid, and then like watching it as an adult, you understand the plot better
Yeah.
and the motives better. And just like comedies, right? It's that thing where it's like when you're a kid, they have the jokes as a kid, and then there's the jokes that are going to all go over your head as a kid. That when you go watch it, 15 years later as an adult, well, shit,
Yeah.
you're still laughing because you're experiencing new jokes in an old movie you didn't realize.
you're yeah, my favorite joke as a kid from that movie is the poor guy that's testing Q's gadgets, and he goes to the phone booth and then blows it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the best part too, that is they continue that joke later where they're still talking and walking around and stuff, and they have him on a fucking dolly still stuck in the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And all you hear is his up against the glass, and while they're talking, all you hear is
I remember another one of my favorite jokes from that was when he goes up. He's like, "What's this? Don't touch that.
touch that.
That's my
It's my
lunch."
lunch.
Oh, rest in peace, Q. That guy was
Oh man,
that
yeah.
guy was an awesome Q. I loved him.
Yeah, man. He
Can't
did for so long too.
Yeah, I can't remember that guy's name.
Man. Let's see here.
Old Q. Oh my god.
What you? Desmond. I can't even pronounce his last name.
Llewellyn.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Desmond Llewellyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
From 1963 to 1999.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
Right?
He put in some time.
Oh, I know, man. He literally played that role to the day he died.
Yeah, he did. And he was awesome. Like, that was one of the funnest parts about those movies, was seeing what new shit Q would come out with.
Yeah.
What new gadget. And yeah, that was probably one of my only criticisms of the new James Bonds, the Daniel Craig ones, is there's not enough Q moments where he's introducing cool little things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on! Remember, like, The World Is Not Enough or whatever it was, or it might have been GoldenEye, where he's got, like, the cell phone and he's remote controlling his car. That was fucking badass. Remember, as a kid, I'm like, that's what I want. I want to fucking, like, watch your cell phone that controls my car.
Yeah.
And he's like driving it with his cell phone. It's like, did it, because I think, isn't he laying in the back seat or something? And while he's controlling it with the phone, I can't remember.
Originally, he's just in the parking lot, and then he jumps into the back of it. Yeah, back seat. He's laying down because there's that part where the guy shoots a rocket launcher and it goes through the window.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing better than those classic action scenes.
Yeah.
And then poor little Ryan watching it when he's 9 years old, going, "Daddy, why is that girl squeezing that man so hard? I can't breathe."
Yeah, fuck.
Oh my god, okay, I have to take a shit so bad. We gotta end this. I'm gonna take a shit right now. I'm actually, I'm literally, I'm curled over right now because I'm cramping up. I shouldn't have had that extra bologna sandwich. Oh god, I'm farting. I hope people can't hear this.
Don't touch that. That's my little.
Sorry, if you guys could hear just the fart at the end of this podcast, I'm very sorry. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it here before I shit myself.
Oh my God.
We've almost been going 2 hours. Almost been going 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So that's
I was
good.
gonna say, with because of just how I
Cool.
am, how I'm usually gone. Meanwhile, Cody's just fucking cramping here. So I guess the next one I'll be on is the 30th.
Oh.
I think we might start talking a little bit wrestling.
Sasuke, please forgive me. Yes, because it's the lead up to WrestleMania, so.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna miss it this year because I think we should have a good time.
Oh man, I'm so pumped! Yeah, more the merrier. So
it's always fun. We kind of have that tradition of going to your dad's house and watching it in the garage.
He loves it, man. He loves that experience, and I was even talking about it too, and he's pumped. Like,
well, speaking of farting and shitting. What was it? A couple years ago?
Bringing the chili, boy. He's bringing the chili.
Guys, this isn't a joke. I literally made my brother throw up after WrestleMania. That was like WrestleMania in 2018 or whatever, or something like 2019.
No, I
2020.
Think it was 2020.
Was it 2020?
I think so.
Oh yeah, it was a couple years ago now, but it was before the pandemic anyway, or just at the start of it. But yeah, literally we had Al's chili, which is basically. Chili is basically a nuclear bomb in my fucking bowels. And I just got into the car. We were just packing up to drive back to the city. And I just shit my fucking trow. And yeah, my brother literally had to get out and puke because it stunk so bad.
We all had to evacuate the car.
Yeah. Oh God, which is what I'm going to do right now. Hold on. I'm having a contraction. Hold on.
Oh my God.
I'm like a pregnant lady. You gotta like hold my wrist. I'm having a contraction. But seriously, I am. So everybody remember to follow the podcast on all social media. Twitter, Facebook. It's all in the description below. And let me go shit for the love of God. Ryan, where can they find you?
They can find me at twitch.tv/the_houster.
And you can find my shit in the toilet bowl. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Good night. We'll see you next week.
Good night. Adios.